Welcome to 101. I'm Greg Bassey, your host from the Salisbury Independent newspaper. Today is the day of Caroline's. Our first guest is Caroline Phillips from the United Way. Welcome, Caroline.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So you're here to talk about one of my favorite things, and this is an excuse to go to Ocean City and eat and drink and benefit United Way. Talk about this.
Yeah, so we are gearing up for our fourth year. It is a...
What's it called?
Dine and Stay United.
Dine and Stay United.
Yeah, it's a friendly competition between hotels and restaurants in Ocean City. Basically, they get together, and each summer from June 1st to September 30th, they will give a portion of their proceeds to benefit United Way and all of the programs that we support.
That's excellent. How does it work?
So it's very simple. Say that you go to Ocean City, you look at a list that we provide on our website, and you pick Blue, and they have...
Blue is the restaurant there at 22nd, 23rd Street, somewhere 24th Street?
Yes. Yep, and you see that their tuna tacos are on the specials menu. Well, $1 from every tuna taco that they sell will directly come back to us, and they track that item all summer long, and however many times they sell that tuna taco, that's our profit for the year.
Now, did you pick tuna taco because you know that's my favorite thing to eat there, and I usually eat about 11 or 12 when I go to Blue?
Well, that's great. We'd like to have you go every day.
What are some of the other restaurants that are in this program?
So the Harrison Group, if you're not down for eating an appetizer, maybe you're down to have a cocktail with friends. The Harrison Group partners with Tito's, who gives $1 from every Tito's drink that they sell. That whole list is online as well, but it's just an easy way for you to get engaged with a group of friends, but also give back to your community in a way that maybe you hadn't thought of. And also it takes away some of the time involved with giving back to nonprofits, with it being kind of like a no-brainer. Like, I can go out, enjoy a meal, enjoy a drink, but also make a difference in my community at the same time.
Right. Now, for people who overdo it like me, there's the stay element. How does that work?
Yeah, so Stay United was launched a year after Dine United. It is, again, the same principle. The Commander does, for every 3-night stay, they do $2. So it's basically you book a 3-night stay at the Commander and $2 will come back to us, which is huge in Ocean City. A lot of people come for 3-day weekends with Memorial Day and July 4th. So any type of impact that they can generate from the tourism dollars to come back to our local community is awesome and has been great for us. And
the Commander is beautiful there at 15th Street,
yeah.
Brand new hotel, just perfectly located.
Yep, right on the boardwalk.
Yeah, so it's like in the middle of everything though. You don't have to drive far. I mean, it's just got everything, all the amenities are real close to the Commander.
Yep.
What's your favorite restaurant that's in this group? We talked about my taco.
Well, I'm a little bit impartial because I work at Madfish in West Ocean City.
Yes.
And we have the poke tuna tacos on our special. So if you like ahi tuna.
And who doesn't?
I know, especially at the beach. You can come visit us, and $1 from every ahi tuna taco sold will go back to United Way.
And that's a new restaurant there. It's the old crab...
Captain's Galley.
Captain's Galley there.
Yeah.
They've completely redone it, and it's got kind of a hip feel. The Toston family's done it. And I need to get in there and see that. I hear it's tremendous.
Yeah, you do.
So that's on the list, too?
That's on the list. Ask for me.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I'm fascinated by the Toston family. Grew up around them in Ocean City, and all the things that they do in terms of being entrepreneurs are just great. And just the idea that they would be so involved in what we see as our United Way is just a tremendous thing.
So Cole Toston actually started Dine and Stay United. Traditionally, United Way does employee giving campaigns, so we'll go into a workplace and have people contribute via payroll deduction. But Ocean City functions a little bit differently than the surrounding areas like Salisbury does. So he was trying to find a way to get these places involved and engaged with United Way, and he decided that Dine United would be a great way to have the restaurants give back, but also be in the heat of their season. And then a year later, we said, why not get the hotels involved? So he definitely started this from the ground up, and it is now our 4th year. And to date, we have raised $162,000.
Wow, congratulations.
And last year, we raised $50,000. So he really just changed the game for Ocean City specifically, and was able to bring in a lot of extra revenue that we would not have seen. So we're very thankful for his innovative idea, and we have taken a hold of it and run with it.
Yeah, some great destination restaurants that make the trip worthwhile.
Yep.
Now you mentioned Decatur Diner. That's the one place where I can get my daughter to come to breakfast with me because she eats the chicken and the waffles.
Yeah,
thing.
chicken and waffles.
Talk about their participation.
So each restaurant and hotel has the ability to be flexible with the type of campaign that they want to run. Traditionally, a lot of the places have done $1 just because that's easy to track and it's a whole number. So at the end of the year, they're not calculating halves or whatnot. But Decatur Diner runs with no POS system, so they don't do any digital dining. They're the old-fashioned pen and paper, here's your ticket, take it to the front. So what they did is they just did a flat donation. So we had them as participants. They got all of the PR and marketing, but at the end of the summer, they just wrote a flat check, and that worked for them. So we're open to supporting any restaurant or hotel in any way. The Courtyard Marriott 2 years ago did their water bottle sales. So for every water bottle that they sold out of their market,
wow.
We got $1 from that. So it really is a way for you to, be creative and have people who would not know what $1 does really have that dollar add up and multiply throughout, Ocean City in their busiest time.
So this thing runs all summer?
All summer. So June 1st, which is this Saturday,
Okay.
it will kick off and it'll run through September 30th.
Wow, so there's a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of time. It's just a really great experience when you're able to know that you dining out and you ordering a certain menu item impacts your local community in a way that you don't even really have to think about.
So when I go into Blue and I order my 11 tacos, how do I know that it gets back to you? Do I tell them, or how does that work?
So they basically, it's kind of a gentleman's agreement. They will tell us, they'll send us a spreadsheet that has those numbers identified. But this year we have a new initiative where we are putting a sticker inside the checkbooks at participating restaurants that lets people know when they check out, this restaurant is a proud supporter of Dine United. And it's just another way for that restaurant to kind of show people that they're community minded and have people know that, hey, I just did something good today without even really thinking about it.
And you got your annual meeting coming up.
Yeah.
I know that's sort of like by invitation only, but that's a great thing coming up here in June.
Yeah, so we just wrapped up our leadership celebration where we were able to thank donors for their generosity. It is their donor dollars that make what we do possible. We also have
a beautiful event there at the Word Museum.
Yes, in their new space. It was phenomenal. Lots of natural light, floor-to-ceiling windows.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
And people love to hear thank you. They love to be appreciated. That's
Yep.
a really important thing.
Yeah, it is. It's a huge part of what we do to make sure that these people know that what they're doing is impactful and how grateful we are for it.
Any events later in the summer, going into fall?
Our annual meeting is coming up. That is kind of like the culmination of our year. That's when we present our annual report. That's when we let people know our impact here on the shore. It's a big celebration of great organizations, leaders, businesses, and people, and it's a great time for everyone to get together and celebrate a year's worth of, impact that we are able to have in the community and the connections and the relationships that we are able to build on.
You're young, you're smart, you could live anywhere, you're educated. You've chosen to live here on the Eastern Shore with us. What's wrong?
I knew from probably a young age that I would call this place home for, the rest of my life. I went away to college for 4 years and then went away to grad school. And after those 6 years, I was like, I'm ready to come home. I'm ready to start a family, ready to, really plant my roots here.
And you're in the Transformational Community Leadership Series through Greater Salisbury Committee, Salisbury University.
Yeah, TCL is such an awesome experience. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to invest in myself to hopefully become a part of the community in a way that, my voice can make a difference and I can advocate on someone's behalf. We're learning about so many different stakeholders in the community. We visit many different areas that you don't maybe even realize that they're part of the community, like the detention center, or you don't realize how, terrible some schools are and how great other schools are. And that's not the kids are terrible or the teachers are terrible, just the conditions that they're having to deal with and some of the obstacles that they have to, go through to just have a day run smoothly for them. So it definitely opens your eyes to all of our, obstacles, but then all of our, great accomplishments in our own community. So it's great to see both sides, but great to know that because of this opportunity that maybe I can impact and change one of those, obstacles for someone one day.
Well, thank you for your service to the nonprofit and to the community as a future leader.
Yeah.
Wrap us up. Tell us where we can go online to find out more about Dine United.
So you can go to dineandstayunited.org or you can visit our website, unitedway4us.org. Both of those places will take you to a list of participants. You can also click and look at what specials they're doing. And you can also click on their logo and that will take you directly to their website.
She's Caroline Phillips from the United Way of the Lower Eastern Shore. We're thrilled to have her here today. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Joining me now in the studio is our second Caroline of the day, Caroline O'Hare from the National Folk Festival. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Now, we had to have you in here because you have 4 more acts that you've just announced.
We do. We announced 4 more last week, and it's a really great mix. It's an energetic mix. I was looking at the 4 artists. They're really high speed, lots of movement, a lot of fun.
Very different.
Very different.
Yeah.
Different. We have this amazing capoeira group, Capoeira Luanda.
That's easy for you to say.
It is easy. They're this Afro-Brazilian capoeira group from New York, which is a mix of martial arts and acrobatics and dance, and it's a lot of fun.
They're
very
moving around.
I know.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible to watch, and it's a lot of fun. Very swift, smooth movements. We also have the Jeff Little Trio from Boone, North Carolina.
And they are just as hick as you can get,
No,
as they say down on the
not.
as they say down on the farm.
No,
Yeah,
my friend. No, Jeff Little is his tradition is Blue Ridge piano, and the speed and the precision with which he plays the piano is so much fun.
Dexterity is the word that I thought of.
Dexterity.
Yeah.
He is. He's just joyful to watch and listen to, and a lot of fun. And then we also have Bill Kirchen, who is the titan of the Telecaster. He is
The Fender Telecaster. This
Yes.
guy is the guy.
He is the guy. He is the leader of Diesel Billy, like Rockabilly, but
Right.
more for like truck drivers. And he does this incredible. Actually, it could go on forever, but on average,
Like
10
an
minutes.
homage thing.
An homage to basically every guitar legend and musical legend, and he sort of mimics their sounds throughout this entire song.
Now, can you tell I'm getting goosebumps?
I can.
Because this excites me, and I got to tell this story.
Okay.
When I was a kid, Commander Cody and Hot Rod Lincoln were my favorite song, like when I was like 12, 13, and I couldn't find it here at the Sears, which is where we used to buy our records, if you can believe that or not. Could not find it anywhere, and I used to call the radio stations every day, and I'd call the different radio stations and ask them to play Commander Cody, Hot Rod Lincoln. And then years later, when I grew up and was a reporter and I got to meet these disc jockeys for stories and stuff, there was like, you were that kid that used to call and ask for Commander Cody. That was me. I was known throughout the radio industry here locally as the Commander Cody kid because I loved Hot Rod Lincoln. And now the guy who plays Hot Rod Lincoln is going to be in my hometown.
Exactly. That's amazing. And you actually have to tell him that in person.
No, he'll never last that long. Sorry, I'll stop being goosebumped.
No, I love it when you get excited.
This might rival the Quaby sisters from last year for me in terms of a personal experience.
I was just thinking that. I love when you latch on to a certain artist and you're like, I expect there will be some sort of restraining order this fall. But last year, the Quaby sisters and you were very connected with them.
Well, they just got the restraining order in Texas because that's where they are mostly.
Yes.
But yeah.
And actually, that's where Bill Kirchen's from, is from Austin, Texas. Maybe you need to move to Texas.
Could be a thing. But anyway, continue on. I'm sorry.
No worries. And then we have another group, a Zydeco band. It's Terry and the Zydeco Bad Boys.
Again, I've told you this story. I went to a Zydeco festival 30 years ago, danced, took my shoes off, danced, and I blistered my feet so bad that I had to be in a wheelchair for 6 weeks.
What a wonderful story. No,
Zydeco is very inspiring. It's
so much fun. It's so much fun. That dance floor, the dance stage is going to be on fire with these guys. And this is their first...
My feet were on fire. I mean, they blistered. Blistered, but go ahead.
This is actually their first time appearing at the National Folk Festival. So they have traveled and toured everywhere, but this is the first time with the festival. So we're so happy to welcome them to the National Folk Festival, but also to Salisbury. And hopefully between the restraining order and your needs with your feet, you're going to have a great time this September.
I just think that when you guys come up with acts that someone like me, stick in the mud like me, gets excited about, I mean, you're doing something right.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. That's great.
How are these people selected?
Well, we have a programming committee made up of maybe about 20 or so local people that are connected to the arts in all different ways, not just music, but also visual arts or writers or different folks in our community. And the National Council for the Traditional Arts, the NCTA, they curate the festival. So what they'll do is, we want to have Zydeco at the festival. Here are 4 Zydeco artists we'd like you to consider. And the committee looks at, listens to their music, watches videos, reads their bios, talks about them, talks about their story, and then looks at those 4 in each genre or tradition and rates them and says, we think this would be the best fit for Salisbury. Let's try and bring them here.
Wow, that's just so awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I was just reading in my paper this week, my favorite paper, the Salisbury Independent, that you guys are going to do a day at the Orioles game on Wednesday, June something.
Oh, June 26th.
Okay.
That is...
I put it in my calendar because it's a day where I can go, so I'm excited about it. It's a 3 o'clock game, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
I am very excited about this because I'm a big Orioles fan.
And we'll see Manny Machado.
Yes, he's coming back. I know. It's like the perfect storm.
Orioles are playing San Diego Padres.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
I know. That's a big deal. We were very excited about that, too. The Orioles have come on as a sponsor, which is huge.
Right.
It's a major league sponsor, and
literally,
literally. And something they're helping us with is by helping us host a fundraiser event. So it's a full day of activities. In the morning, we are doing our Maryland Folklife rollout of the program. We did that last year at the Ward. This year, we're doing at I believe it's called Legends Park. It's where all the statues are.
Right there out in center field. Beautiful location for that.
Gorgeous, gorgeous. So we're going to have demonstrations and music and roll out that program to media and anyone that wants to come by. Then we have our sponsors and the people that are participating in our fundraiser. They'll have a behind-the-scenes tour.
Right.
That we have a very gorgeous private suite and with food and drinks and all that fun sort of stuff.
And I don't expect to be invited. It's okay. I understand
goodness.
my role is in the outfield, like section 308 or wherever you guys are going to have seats.
388?
388. Oh,
yes.
It's even worse. Okay.
No, actually.
It's fine. 388 is fine. It's a fine place. I'm kidding.
Thank you so much. But one of the things that, there's lots of different things that we're going to be able to do with our friends that are joining us. Behind the scenes tour is just one of them. There's a lot of exclusive experiences and whatnot. We also are going to have, we've held 100 seats for the National Folk Festival fan section in 388.
Right.
So if you can't be a sponsor, if you can't, it's a good contribution.
Sit with some friends from Salisbury.
Sit with some friends.
Make new friends.
We might have some surprises for you guys.
Oh, cool.
So that'll be a lot of fun. And then about an hour before the game starts, we have a pregame concert with Billy McComiskey.
Again, amazing.
I
Yeah.
Very cool. And some of his friends that are going to be there, really incredible Irish artist from Baltimore. And that's going to be on the Budweiser's roof deck in center field.
Right.
And then the craziest thing, in my mind, I think it's pretty cool, is Mayor Day will go out and throw out the first pitch.
Yeah, now I'm worried about this. I saw him engaging people on Facebook.
Yeah.
People taunting him that he would not be able to throw a strike, and he was challenging them that he would be able to succeed. Where are you on this? I think we need an over-under, some kind of bet thing.
Where am I on this? I am confident that everyone's going to have a fun day. How about that? But then we get to see the game.
Right.
And we get to have a lot of fun and
Former
be together.
Shorebird, Manny Machado, making his triumphant return to Camden Yards.
Very exciting. Former Shorebird, former Oriole.
Well, yeah, but...
Yeah.
Sorry,
Shorebird.
Yeah.
All right. I was actually at the Shorebirds game on Memorial Day, and it was excellent.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was a wonderful day.
Was it a festival day, or you were just there?
No, I was just there with my daughter. She's a very big fan of Sherman.
Excellent.
She brought her little Sherman doll, and really all she wanted to do was see Sherman. And so we saw a little bit of the game, had some ice cream. It was really nice. Took a walk around that 360 deck, which is great.
Yeah.
So, but we're really excited for the Orioles to be part of this festival. It's something that we've said from the beginning that this is a national event. It's a Maryland event, and what better way to combine, America's pastime and Maryland's team with the National Folk Festival.
And the great thing about going is, if you can sneak away on a work day, Wednesday, but it's a 3:00 game, you're home in plenty of time.
Exactly.
The thing now, like if you try to go to Camden Yards, it's 1:00 in the morning when you get home, and it's it's kind of a drag. But this makes a day of it, and it celebrates Salisbury, the folk festival, the Orioles. It's a win-win-win.
Exactly. And you can tell your boss or your supervisor that Greg Bassett said that you can go to the game.
That doesn't work.
Really? That doesn't work?
No, in fact, the opposite happens.
It's a lot of fun. It is an afternoon game, but it is a fun thing. You can stop by, cheer on our mayor as he throws out the first pitch, cheer on the folk festival, cheer on our
jeer
friends.
as well. You can,
Or
depending
jeer.
on where you are with the over-under.
Although I have a feeling those people that are traveling all the way out to the game that are ready to support the festival are probably going to be cheering.
You never know.
Okay, you can't come. No, we want you to be there. You should come. I would love it if you were there.
How are other aspects of the festival going?
Oh, everything's moving really quickly.
Yeah.
Everything's moving quickly.
Do you have like a clock? Like how many days?
No, I should get one of those because that won't be nerve-wracking at all to see it like tick, tick, tick. Oh gosh, where was I? Oh, I worked on
I'm going to say it's like 85 days or something like that. I'm just a guess. 88
I
days.
used to work on a television show that they had a clock that ticked down to the seconds when the show date, show time was supposed to. That was also nerve-wracking.
Nerve-wracking.
A lot of things are happening. We hope to release the artists that have been selected for the marketplace in early June.
Good.
As well as let people know which food vendors are coming. We have a whole assortment of new food vendors that are joining food vendors that are returning from last year. We'll again have our rollout of the Maryland Folklife program on the 26th. Oh, you know what I want to tell your friends and viewers is if you want to go to the Orioles event, it's really easy. nationalfolkfestival.com/Oriole Park.
Okay.
It's super simple. You can go to nationalfolkfestival.com. It's on our website, and all the fun details and information is on there. I really encourage you guys to check it out. And again, if you can't be a sponsor or join us in that aspect, come out, buy a ticket for the ball game, be in our fan section.
Right.
We're going to have some surprises for you. And
So with the downtown, with the setup and stuff, any changes? Because I know Division Street's going to be worked on. Is there still be a stage on Division Street? Or?
There is still going to be a stage on Division Street. And actually, from the last I heard, there will be no unfinished surfaces on the day of the festival. So we'll have a stage there.
Talk about pressure.
I know. Yeah, well, that's how you get things done. No, no. The festival is open for business. There's some small tweaks of like positioning of stages and rerouting of lanes and things like that. Movement of some smaller tents, but for the most part, the footprint's about the same.
Still looking for sponsors? Still need money? Still want help?
We always love support and sponsors. As I've said a million times, and I'm sure it does not get old, while the festival is free, it is not inexpensive. And we rely on the support of sponsors, on grants, personal donations. We have the Legacy Society, which is continuing, as well as a new effort called the Community Stage. So the Community Stage is each year, the Community Stage, which is where City Stage was,
Right.
will list the names of the people that supported that stage
Okay.
at the stage. So it's sort of their stage. So if you were to join, Greg Bassett would be part of the Community Stage. And I hope you do that as well.
Wow, that's exciting.
Yeah.
The Hot Rod Lincoln guy is coming. Can you
Oh my
imagine that?
goodness gracious.
I can't get more excited about it. If he was like playing with the Quaby sisters, that's the only thing I wouldn't know what to do.
I absolutely insist that you come to the kickoff. It must happen, and you must meet him.
I'm sure he needs a fawning 60-year-old fat guy.
He would
to
love
be
it.
there.
He would absolutely love it.
She's Caroline O'Hare. She's got a lot on her. She's director of the National Folk Festival here in Salisbury, and we're thrilled that she was here today. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
I'm Greg Bassett from the Salisbury Independent Newspaper. Another edition of 101 right here on Pack 14.
First Shore Federal is proud to support PAC 14 and one-on-one. We'd encourage every business to support PAC 14 and pick a program and support it, and let's make a difference.